For my final poem, I would like for you all to perhaps close your eyes if you wish, if you feel comfortable, just to enjoy the sound of the words that I'm sharing with you. And if you don't feel comfortable, then I'm sorry to say I'm not much to look at other than other than my little bright yellow outfit right here. So, yeah. In Vietnamese, there are 6 tones. It is a symphony of texture hidden underneath the limiting definition of language. In English, they call my Vietnamese broken, incomplete, without. But sweet child of mine, know that I do not speak broken. I speak only in completed poetry. And you, my child, with your father's bones and my lips, you are a fantastic collage of words that simply await understanding. You will inherit the flesh of banana leaves that bend and ache in pleasure under the weight of tropical rain. You will not take the 1960s poison from white devils in the sky that consume the jungle in orange flames, that warps the skin and reduces the limbs of children to living reminders of Western crimes. My child, I will not let you become a war memorial. Us people of the water are not meant to be stone. We live in breath, in the rise and wave of single syllables of the 6 tones. My child, you will eat my body. Start with the heart. It's the best part. I've saved it just for you. Don't tell your father. Take it. Here, it's yours. As it was my mother's, as it was my grandmother's. A Vietnamese birthright, I've cleaned its skin from the flooded streets and wounded crowds of 1965. Remember that my mother held it in her chest as she came into this life, bombs frozen in midair, awaiting for her first breath, her first battle cry of many. I was lucky to have my first breath be of song and not of famine and death. Your grandmother says to me, reminds me, very gently, every day of my life. The weight of expectation branded into my thigh. To your grandparents, my child, I am but a calf to be owned, mere cattle. But I have learned that cows can only birth calves. And my child, when you watch your people get burned alive in foreign flames, forced out to sea to be crushed in waves of an indifferent God, when you witness the hurting, the feasting of weaponized vultures upon the corpses of your countrymen, you would know that being a brown cow is better than being a brown human. You would be a cow too, if it meant you could be at least an American. My beloved, the chains on your soul will be made of carved bamboo rather than my weighty links of blood iron. Your hands will stroke the smooth wood, the cord that connects your stomach to mine with a constant ease of movement and love that I will never experience with my own. I have covered the core of my rusted metal and grown the protection of life around it. It will not be perfect. Life isn't perfect, even when it's at its best. Sometimes you will hear the cicadas chime, alongside the last reverberation of your grandfather's hand as it cut across my face. Shadows of my grief that await the call of the full moon may overtake a few too many sunsets for anyone's relief. Other times it will be sunrise. But you will only catch twilight in my eyes. Glasses will drop, ghosts will visit. Shame may become your earliest visitor to the closed doors, but thin walls that tremble in the wake of your mother's trauma. But know, my baby, that all are sealed with the love of 3 generations, forged strong by my practice and belief in the revealing of stories, journeys, migrations, narratives that honor the brutal heart, the impenetrable spirit, the mewling whimpers one makes in the lull of starlit nights, languishing in beds, definitely made for more than just 2. My child, you will be born from these nights into a body that knows of war but does not shatter at memories that do not belong to you. The anxiety of hunger, of senseless murder and violent rape on flooded boats, the torture of woman from man, from my father's father, will not reach your mouth. It will not coat your lips in invisible taste. Make the people you kiss and want to forever keep kissing. Repel in fear at the prospect of responsibility and call you too much. My child, you will be born knowing that you will always be more than enough. That the earth cannot contain the rolling waves of Californian desert heat that rush from your simple state of being. That the body you have is of minds and those before you, but undeniably, unretractably yours to move and dance, sing, scream, fight, destroy as much as you please. Child, born from the pulpy flesh of jackfruit, blessed with the fragrance of green papaya, crushed in salt, pressed in aged vinegar, hummed to sleep by the 6 lords of tone. You are my inheritance, the bridge between 2 worlds, 2 cultures, that was lost, but now is found. Thank you.